Hey guys, Blaumagier here, and we're back with another episode of Let's Play Dragon Quest II. On the last episode, we made our way to Sumaltria, and on this episode, we're setting out for the Spring of Bravery in order to find the Prince of Sumaltria. Anyways, they said it was north of Blaumagier, which is technically correct, but the way to get to it is actually east of Sumaltria, so we're going to head east. And we're heading east. Yeah. So anyway, if you're playing the NES version, I'm just going to warn you now, there will be an error in the official Nintendo translation there, coming up soon. So be aware of that. Anyway, here we are at the Spring of Bravery. And one thing I want to note is that the NES and Game Boy Color version, more of these rooms than in this version are darkened until you step in them. Such as the room I'm standing in right now, I believe, and that side room on our way in. Anyways, I'm going to go to the treasure chest while I'm in here, just because, you know, I'm a completionist like that. You know, that's how I roll. All that. We've got a lot of the same enemies that we've been fighting outside, so nothing new there. So when we head south here, we'll come to a dead end with a treasure chest. We're going to grab that and then start heading north. So today is the day that the open beta for Final Fantasy XIV starts. Yeah, I'm trying to get into that, but their servers are just so congested right now that I can't even apply for the beta. Which kind of sucks, because, yeah, I would like to get the application over with and get the client downloaded and updating, because I think that's going to be like a, 24-hour process to update it. I really need to read about any non-disclosure agreements with that game so that I don't violate it if there is one, because you better believe that if I can, I'm going to be posting videos. Anyway, we're going to take this little side passage here real quick. We'll branch to the staircase, which takes us to this room with this dude. Did you know that you can purify your body in the Spring of Bravery? No, I did not. That's too bad. Seek out the spring. It's Blaumagia's tradition that traveling fighters visit the spring. Well, if it's tradition... Anyway, when we're ready to go find the prince, we'll head north. Which is the only place left to go in this incredibly short dungeon. Now, for people playing the NES version, I'm going to point out here that this game got butchered pretty heavily by, the late 80s era Nintendo censorship. So there's going to be some things that are going to be different. Such as when a party member dies. Now, traditionally in Dragon Quest, when a party member dies, they will follow you around as a coffin. However, under Nintendo's late 80s censorship, they took out the coffins since they had crosses on them and replaced them with a ghost. And there's a lot more differences too. I just don't know all of them, but that's one of them that I do know. I do want that antidote herb. We'll throw out a medical herb. Lottery ticket's kind of useless just because I never win, but Yeah, I want to hang on to it so that I can at least show you guys that lottery thing when I get to it. Anyways, when you're ready, go talk to this guy. Welcome to the Spring of Bravery. Soak you body in these waters and seek the guidance of the great Roto. Soak you body. There's another error in the translation. Oh, well, it's still a good translation even with these few errors in it. Can't catch all the errors after all. May Roto's protection be bestowed upon the hero. By the way, are you here looking for the Prince of Sumaltria? Yes, I am. He did come here alone. The prince asked about a descendant of Roto that he might join. By now he ought to be headed for Blaumagier Castle. Blaumagier? Really? I mean, I gotta go all the way back there? 'Cause this dude's not here anymore? That's a waste of my time. Alright, well, this cave should be fairly simple to get out of. Just backtrack the way you came. I don't really need to show that, nor do I need to show how to get to Blaumagier. It's pretty simple to get there, so I'm just going to cut until we are in Blaumagier. So see you guys in a bit. Alright, we got a new enemy here, the King Cobra. If I'm not mistaken, this guy can actually poison you with his normal attack. However, your Prince of Maidenhall or Blaumagier, depending on whether you're playing the NES version or the other versions, should be able to handle them in one hit. Anyways, we are going to cut until we reach Blaumagier. So see you guys in a bit. Alright, here we got a new enemy, the Babel. Now this enemy, I know for a fact, can poison you with its normal attack. So that's something to be aware of. That's why you want to carry some antidotes around. Because poison will kill you. Anyways, cutting until we get to Blaumagier. And we are back. Now that we're in Blaumagier, there's one guy we want to talk to. And that is dear old Dad, the King. You've returned safely, Prince Joshua. A short time ago, the Prince of Sumaltria came looking for you. But you were at Sumaltria, and he knew that you would be returning here. And then he's just going to tell us our experience to the next level and ask us if we want to save. Which we'll go ahead and do since we're here. Now, this is where that error in the Nintendo translation that I was talking about comes into play. In the NES version, he will tell you that Rolando, or as he's known in that game, Lars, will have gone back to Sumaltria. And as you saw in this version, he didn't actually tell you where he went. But the Game Boy Color version will tell you where he went, and in that version his name is actually Carl. Anyway, since we're in Blaumagier, I'm going to take a moment to do something that you never actually have to do. If you go south of Blaumagier, there is a small shrine there with the dude you can talk to. Another dude that we're about to go and see will tell us that we need to go talk to him, so we're just going to knock that out while we're here already. If we can stop running into slimes. Can't remember exactly where it is. I think it's at just the tip of this island here, but it might be up the side. I'm not entirely sure on it. But I guess we're about to find out. However, I'm just going to... Well, I really don't want to cut without showing you how to actually get there. But I don't know. Alright, I guess I'll tough it out. Oh, I've got some time left in this video. Ah! I was right. There's this little shrine here, and this one guy here. And a door we can't open yet. Ah, I've been awaiting your arrival. Prince, let me tell you something. There are two kinds of keys, a golden key and a silver key, and two types of doors to match. First, you should find the silver key. There is a rumor that says it's hidden inside the lake cave, which is west of Sumaltria. With the help of a friend... Wow. That looks like an error in the translation there. Anyway, with the help of a friend, you can search for the key. Try and return with your life if you search for it alone. Alright, so I guess we need to pick up a key before we leave the area. Anyways, now we need to find Rolando, who will be waiting at Larisa, which was the town in between Laurasia and Sumaltria. So I will cut until I get there. See you guys in a bit. And we're back. Now, first thing you should notice is there's somebody new in the inn. So let's go talk to him. Could this be? I am Prince Rolando of Sumaltria. Yes, we found the jerk. Now, I said there was an error in the translation on the NES version about where they tell you he's going. I think what they were trying to get at there was that he was heading back to Sumaltria. Somebody else tells you that he takes frequent breaks. So, I guess they figured you'd just figure out that he's taking a break in this town on his way home. Anyway. Oh, are you Prince Joshua of Laurasia? I've been searching for you. Now then, let us join our power and fight together. Alright, we got our first party member. Now, one thing I want to note is that when you have multiple party members, you can choose who to use items and spells on in most cases. I think items like, you know, the seeds of strength and, you know, nuts of life and all that actually get used on whoever's inventory it's in when you select to use it. Anyways, Rolando comes equipped with a spell, Heal, which is a very useful spell, but he's level 1 and his equipment's not that great. So we're going to get him the same equipment we have on our Prince of Laurasia. And I probably don't have enough money for all of it right now, so we're going to go ahead and cut. And I will see you guys again, and then I will let you see the updated inventory before continuing on. So see you guys in a bit. Alright, Rolando raised to level 2. Got some stat increases. And that's about it. Anyway, cutting again. See you in a bit. Alright, Rolando rose to level 3. Although somehow our level up sound got messed up there. Anyways, we got some stat increases. And he learned Fireball. Now, you might actually see me use Fireball with Rolando in this game. He is an all-around type character like our hero in Dragon Quest I. However, unlike our hero in Dragon Quest I, his equipment is fairly limited, which makes his physical prowess not as great. Anyway, going to cut again. And we're back. Now, I said I'd show you the changed equipment. See, the equipment they both have now is identical. And I also picked up 2 additional antidote herbs on Rolando. And I think I got a couple treasure chests from monsters with medical herbs. Anyway, I'm going to have to end this video here. If you like my videos, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up, tell your friends about it, and I will see you guys later.